At Coventry University, they really let you explore all the other areas of fashion other than just the garment making. You can sort of look at visual merchandising, branding, marketing.
You can combine things, you can go into film production, you can do accessories, proper set design. As long as you can relate it to the fashion industry, you're allowed to do it.
You know, you can go and study anywhere, work anywhere, and there's just so many facilities and things you can try, and they work so closely with you during your whole process from start to finish, and help you go and study exactly into what you want to do.
I'm really happy that we're showing in London because we have our exhibition out, we have our portfolios out, we have our business cards.
It's brilliant, it opens up so many job opportunities for everyone. If we were only showcasing in Coventry, only a certain amount of people get to see it.
To be here in London is fantastic, you know, Brick Lane, East London, this is literally where it's all happening. You can walk out the street and everyone represents themselves, their own style. After my second year, I took a placement to Rome. I worked with a really small theatre company for 9 months, and it was probably one of the best experiences of my life.
I've been to Paris for fabric shopping. That was back in February, which I found a material called cinema. And I've also been to New York, looked at the collections they have out there.
Also, we're pushed to do work placements in London, in industry, so I've had the opportunity to work with Seda and Zandra Rhodes, and that helped me really understand how the system works in industry and get a really good feel for what I'll be doing once I've graduated. That's
Really important, and I really think it sort of helps prepare you for your final year. The fact that Coventry University offers that, I think that's one of the advantages they really have for their students.
I'd like to go into set and prop design for theatre or film because I tend to work more conceptually rather than for ready to wear or to a high street audience.
I'm looking to go into hat making. I'm from Birmingham, so in Birmingham there's not a lot of hat makers, so for me that's a really good opportunity.
I don't know, I still want to work with the eco-sustainable. I really want to go down that route because that's what's important to me.
After I finish my course at Coventry University and I graduate, I intend on being a plus size designer. Just getting more experience first before in the near future I build my own brand.
Yes, and literally as they start, we try to get them involved in different types of things. It could be literally selling jewellery. I had Sophie selling jewellery for one of my friends at a pop-up event, literally the first term, because she just got to get used to the idea of taking stock in, checking it off and getting it back out. Buy those brands. So if it's, I don't know, Gucci, what's the difference between Gucci and Valentino? They're both luxury brands, but actually they've got very different customer profiles. So what we need to see from you is something like the type of cocktail or wine they might drink, the type of food, the type of holidays. Is it going to be on a Greek island? Are they going to have to take a helicopter to get to a private beach? All that kind of thing. What we need to think about when we're selling fashion is where the wardrobe is, the wardrobe that the clothes hang in. Where is that wardrobe? What does the flat look like or the house look like? What's the car parked outside? Do they have multiple cars? Is it going to be a Lamborghini or is it going to be a Fiat 500? Yeah? Yeah, exactly. Fiat 500 is quite, or is it going to be something really boring like a Golf VW? Yeah?
Sorry to anybody.
I don't have a car, all right? And when I joined, because I'm part of Zipcar, so I'm part of a carpool. That's what I get to drive, so I do know Ozio. It's not great, but they find it quite difficult. It's not easy because if you choose very open images, if they're not precise enough, actually you're not being clear enough about what the brand promises.
So for example, if you talk about a sports activity they would enjoy, you want to identify if it's sauna style yoga or it's a very intense outdoor activity. Yeah. So that's very different customer profiles.
Yeah.
So when you do it, try to include anything you can think of, even magazines they would
Yes.
enjoy reading, what kind of flowers they would like, or what drinks
TV
they
programs,
usually drink.
films, music. Think about your life soundtrack. So what music is on the car as you're driving to and from work? It's that kind of stuff that you need to be thinking about. That's sort of like...
Examples, the rock
Yeah.
we can pass around.
Yeah.
Something that we had in mind. It's kind of okay. So, for example, this is the magazines they would read. Bazaar, Vogue,
Ralph Lauren magazine.
Yeah,
And also then we got Tender Romance, the perfume.
yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. And restaurants they would go. I mean, for holidays they would do. It's kind of this like very expensive one, but then again classy.
Orient
and
Express.
chic. Yes.
Absolutely.
This is kind of the bags they would use. So again, classy, elegant, nothing too extravagant.
Yeah.
But then like a style, like a
They would,
let's
A lot of money, but
horse
not
riding.
yeah.
not ostensive, not
Yeah,
ostentatious.
Exactly.
They love
exactly.
dogs. They would have a pet.
And horses.
They love horses.
What sort of dog? Is it going to be a pug? No. Or is it going to be something else?
It
Actually,
might be one of these.
yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Well done. Well done you.
okay.
Okay.
So you can log out.
And also having a taste of the types of activities that we might do. If you've got any questions, we'll be around at lunchtime, so you're welcome to join us. Okay?
Thank you very much, Ella. Thank you, Moni.
Hello, my name's Ella Sharp. I am head of the fashion team at Coventry University London campus. We offer 2 postgraduate programmes at the moment, the MSc in International Fashion Marketing and the MBA in International Fashion Management. We are launching the BA Honours, International Fashion Management and Marketing in the autumn of this year. Our USP, that we have students from a wide range of backgrounds. Not everybody comes from fashion backgrounds. It's not a prerequisite of our course. It's really important that we have diversity in our student body, so we're interested in people who come from creative backgrounds as well as business people, those interested in luxury or in niche. I think our key focus is the student experience and where students want to go. So if you have a clear vision of where you want to go, we'll help you achieve it. We won't necessarily get you those internships, but we'll teach you how to get those internships, and that's a skill that you can take with you. We will teach you how to identify what your USPs are, what your unique selling points are, and where your strengths and weaknesses are, and what you need to do to create a strong profile and get yourself a job in the international fashion market.
I did a placement at Claire's Accessories head office, and it was a design internship. It was only meant to be for a month and ended up developing into 8 months, and the last 2 I was taken on as a freelance designer before starting my 3rd year.
The fashion industry in the UK is very competitive. Getting jobs for fashion students is challenging, so you need to be prepared to come and start at the bottom, working on the shop floor for internships. It's a really useful experience. You will get to understand how people buy products, what sorts of products they buy. We're very keen that it's a practical, active course, whatever you study with us. It's not all about writing essays or reports. It's often about making magazines, doing trend books, doing presentations about customer profiles, researching in store. We take students to do comparative shopping. So we count products in store. We go and have a look at the architecture of the stores. We take students to conferences, industry presentations, trend briefings, where you can see how the industry actually performs, and you are expected to deliver on that level. We go to museums, see really important exhibitions. We've taken students to see the Alexander McQueen exhibition. Yesterday we went to see Fashion Cities in Africa, which was a really interesting exhibition. So it's not a sit in a classroom and just receive information. You have got to be an active learner, and those are our expectations of you. And the more active you are in defining what you want to learn, the better the outcome is, the more you will gain. We've got students this year who have done internships with startup companies from the Royal College of Art, which is one of the world's leading institutions. So the opportunity to work with some of their graduates is really difficult to achieve, and it's great fun. We also have students who are working in startup magazines, as stylists, social media. It's not all about luxury. We don't just focus on luxury. One of the biggest areas at the moment of development and innovation in the industry is actually digital fashion. So if you're interested in doing magazines or media and communication, we can do that, but you might alternatively be interested in buying and selling and putting together collections for shops. This is increasingly online, so you need to be aware of how you can present product online. It's a really diverse set of classes and study. Have a look at the offer that we have. If you're interested in actually running your own business, the MBA might be more appropriate for you. But if you're interested in media and communication, the MSc might be better. It's a really personal journey, and you have to take control of it. If you're not sure about where you want to be, then talk to the academics and we'll help you achieve your aims, your goals, your ambitions.
Just the fact that I'm the first plus size collection from my university to showcase here, it's a big achievement for me and an honour to represent my uni for being somebody that is different, and I think that it's positive for the industry I'm going into.
Yesterday we went to Brighton Museum. We took the students to do some research, and this was part of the exhibition. The exhibition was on African fashion cities, so it covered Johannesburg, Nairobi, Lagos and Marrakesh. The students there's a dress-up section because in exhibitions in the UK it's very much about active, and the students got to put together some looks, and this was a classic one. This was fabulous because it was a real African portrait. It's quite classic for them to have portraits against fabrics. So these are the students all playing around. And here they are, they were styling themselves, they were doing a little photo shoot themselves. I didn't get to see the final one, which is a bit of a shame really, but this outfit was looking great, and they put her on it, they put a little jerkin on her. Here we go, look. And then playing around with hats, and you can see the different textures. The fabrics and the clothes themselves were from all over Africa, primarily though I suppose Nigeria and South Africa. And here they are with bags, and you can see the different types of prints. And it was really interesting to mix with an Asian aesthetic, because most of the students here were either Thai, Chinese, Taiwanese. We don't have so many European, we do have European students on the MSc, more on the MSc than we do on the MBA.
Didn't like it though.
Yeah, it was really good fun. It was fab. And it was a different type of experience. It wasn't Eurocentric, it wasn't Asian-centric, and I think that was really important. I think it's very difficult for us. We become so focused on the luxury brands that it becomes really quite mundane, quite monotonous. But I have to say, I think that's my favourite shot.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's great. We'll get some of the other ones, because there was some lovely shots from Brighton outside the museum. It's got a really great sort of general collection, and it was important to go there because it doesn't have luxury brands. It has niche brands, it has vintage, it's a different aesthetic to London, and we're very keen that students understand that they need to understand the different aesthetics and how people consume fashion, how they express themselves. That's it.
Good.
Yeah.
That's really nice experience.
Oh God, all right, bye.